Hey boys and girls, gentlemen and ladies. Hope that this video finds everybody doing awesome, finds you off tilt. Little shout out to Woody there. I wanted to put a video together. Woody asked me if I could give him one, and hopefully he does something cool with it. And wanted to just talk a little bit about what I got going on. And that is the custom button remapping petition. But before I talk about that, I just want to say that if Woody's the unexceptional gamer, I don't know what that makes me. The completely horrible gamer? Oh well. So, my name's Chuck, also known AskACapper, as AskACapper, and here's a video of me doing some vacant. Good math, kind of sometimes a little bit rough on me. And so what I'm doing and what I got going on, which is what Woody wants to help me with, is the custom button remapping petition. As you can see, I'm a quadriplegic gamer. I play with my face. And I have my moments. Some days are good, some days are not so good. Some days I get handled rather regularly. But so what the custom button remapping petition is the ability of remapping is just the ability to change the buttons in a game instead of having to just deal with like 5 or 6 presets that most games ship with nowadays. Remapping is the ability to change those buttons around. So for me, I can't use R1 and L1. L1 is sight up and R1 is shoot because they're too far apart, as you can tell there. It looks like I'm nibbling on the controller. I can't reach them, they're too far apart. But if I could move sight up from L1 to the triangle button on PlayStation 3, or Y probably on Xbox, then I would be able to sight up and shoot at the same time. I would actually become much more effective at gaming. And that's all it would be. Just a simple change for me would completely change my gaming experience. And that's what when I started this custom remapping petition, asking the game industry to add this to games, make it a standard thing that every game has, because people like me, cappers, we need it. And the capper is a slang term for handicapped person. But when you think about it, aside from myself, this is just going to help so many handicapped, disabled gamers throughout the earth. Just totally will help them. And I get support for this petition from all over the earth. You know, Dutch sites, Arabic sites, Australian sites have picked up on it too, Brazilian sites, and I thank them for all their support. But it's just good to see how globally it will help everybody, and it'll help even people who aren't disabled. That's something I've said from the beginning of this, that this is really going to benefit every gamer. Because as you go from game to game, sometimes you just want your layout to follow you. If you like the COD layout, you want that COD layout to be the game when you're playing MAG, or if you're playing Halo, you want to maybe configure it a little bit similar to something that you're used to. And that's what this is all about. And I think as even newer gamers, if you have a game and you want, like, if you want your dad to play it and he wants to, what buttons jump or what buttons shoot, and you can say, well, which one do you want them to be? That just makes so much more sense than going, you have to learn it this way. Whereas you can say, what would be best for you? And that's what remapping is. And that's what I wanted to just express, appreciation to people out there who are supporting this. We've had some feedback from some of the game companies, some in the industry, which is good. And Treyarch has a post on their forums about adding custom or adding some control layouts for disabled gamers, which it's a step in the right direction. At least they're thinking about it. That's cool. It's not they're just talking about adding specific layout for specific gamers, which, that would work for me if they added one for me, but it's not going to work for the rest of the gamers out there who are disabled, which is, sometimes a gamer just needs to change one little button around and then the game becomes instantly accessible. If you check out my channel, I have some videos of me doing some more Modern Warfare, but I also have some of me playing MW2 on Xbox, and then also playing Gran Turismo. Now, Franza has no remapping. You can't remap it. You have to choose from 5 or 6 layouts. And I chose one. You see my gameplay. It's a horror show. It was fun trying it. I love driving games, but just completely, I couldn't use it. But then if you look at the other game that I have, which is Gran Turismo 5 Prologue, hopefully I said the names of these right. Sometimes I don't. The game Gran Turismo, because it has remapping, I totally can play it. And if you watch it, I have a great time playing it. I actually pull off a victory, which I was totally stoked for, and I completely do a hippie freak out. It's pretty classic. So that's a remapping. That's what it is. And you can check out those videos of just showing how remapping, what it is. I also have a spray and pray video where I just show me not being able to sight up and all I can do is hip fire, and how horribly I get completely fanny packed so many times. It can be rough. It can be rough. But yeah, but that's one thing that, you know, when I started this, it was about sighting up. I couldn't sight up in games, and I've got 40,000 kills in Modern Warfare 2, and all of them are hip fire except for one. And that one was one that my brother, he held the L1 button for me, and I was able to shoot somebody with my Scar H sighted up, and that was the only kill I got from sighting up. So hopefully this petition will do something. It's, you know, we're seeing some progress, which is great, and I really appreciate people's support. And it's really something that PC games have had for years, and console games used to have, but now they've gotten away from it, and it's something that I think would help so many people. And it's something that just seems like a simple fix, and that's something that sometimes there's some resistance to it. There's some, if you go to the Call of Duty board forum post, you could also post some support there for it. But some people are afraid of it being abused and things like that, taken advantage of, and I'm not quite sure what their view is on that. But, you know, it's just something that, I mean, it's something you add it and then you change it as you need to. I'm not commenting at all on this gameplay footage, but oh well. Like, I was running around those crates, just camping around them. Spawn camping. Got me with the Scar. Yeah, in this game I'm running Hardline, which I totally love. I think Hardline's great. It's one of the best perks. And UAV, Care Package, and Sentry Gun. In Free-For-All, always run a Sentry Gun because you get more kills than you will with the Predator Missile. In Free-For-All, usually it's only a 1 kill with the Predator Missile because people aren't grouped together in a team. But Sentry Guns can go mental, crazy. Yeah, it can be. And you have to guard your Care Package. If you noticed earlier, I throw my Care Package down and let my Sentry Gun cover it. So if I do get killed, at least it'll have some protection. So that's what I do. And I think Hardline in a team game, if you have a team game and your whole team's running Hardline and UAV, you basically, seriously, getting 2 kills in a row, that is easy stuff. I mean, even I can do it. And I'm a capper, yo. But that's just I love that idea. That Claymore was placed in a very good spot. Hopefully you guys saw that. That was a good spot. But I mean, then you'd be able to have a UAV almost the whole game, and that would just be something that would rip it up in a team game. You'd constantly, and as you have 2 UAVs, it speeds up the refresh rate, so, you know, you could have 2 or 3 of them going at once, and it just would be almost instantaneously showing you where the enemy is on the maps. So that's why I'm a pro of Hardline. In Black Ops, it's the first perk I'm buying as soon as it's available. That and Steady Aim, unless I can sight up, and then maybe I'll skip Steady Aim. But yeah, so anything else on the remapping petition? So people have asked about custom controllers, why I don't get a custom controller. And that's an interesting question, because I could get a custom controller. My petition explains that, yeah, that would solve my problem, but it wouldn't solve the problem for everybody else. And that still would leave so many gamers out there not being able to just change simple buttons out around that would make them able to game. And that's what this can really make games accessible to people who want a game, but then if they don't have remapping, they just can't. And that's just a good example in those racing games. Check those videos out. You know, I'd appreciate it. And yeah, one of them's pretty funny. So yeah, so let's see what else. I was on a roll with something and got sidetracked by my random thoughts. That happens a lot. Sometimes on my videos where I'm commentating, I'm just rambling. I'm scrambling and rambling. But yeah, so the petition, it's going good. We're over 7,700 signatures, and I just, you know, at some point, like, you know, companies are taking notice, so that's what this was all about, and it's going to help people. It's going to help a ton of people, tons of gamers. New and old, disabled, not disabled. That's the point I've made multiple times. Here I go on a tear right here. Final stand. Hit fire. Yeah, my sprays and prays are not pretty. And I'm up, and I'm thinking I'm going to get up some more kill streaks. And here's another. This is a perfect example. Can't sight up, spray, and miss him. Oh, it's a bummer. That is a bummer. And then I go to jump down, and the guy I missed is the guy who killed me. Classic. Classic moment right there. Yeah, not sighting up is very challenging. If you ever tried just hip firing, That can be hard. So yeah, Black Ops coming out. Stoked for zombies. Stoked for what they got to bring to us. And maybe I'll get a layout put in it. I'm not sure exactly if I'm going to get one. But, oh well. I'll still do what I got to do and game it. So that's what you got to do. There you go. That's my round. Came in last. Pretty standard game for me. I do win some. Did go 30-0 once and gotten the nuke once, so not bad. Not bad. My care packages didn't get poached. Can't tell what I went there for my score. Not always pretty. Not always pretty. So thanks, guys, for listening to this. I hope I was able to answer some questions. So did I mention, yeah, the remapping, the custom controller would solve my problem, but not everybody else's. And if you switch games with a custom controller, like say I have it set up for Call of Duty, if I switch to a racing game, I still wouldn't be able to play that game because the buttons would change. So remapping would allow me, even with a custom controller, which I seriously need to get, to go even further and adjust it for games that I can, I can play. So if I want to play a racing game, I can just, change the layouts. But if my controller's set up for a COD layout, custom controller is pretty much stuck in that one game style for the most part. So thanks, guys, for watching and listening to me ramble and rose. If you want to check out my channel, that'd be cool, and I appreciate just the support. Please share it with your friends. Post it on Facebook, Twitter. That always helps if people retweet things like that. And just tell gamers about it, because when people hear about it, they're like, I want that. I don't know how to even disabled. One of the most common responses is, why? It's 2010. Why isn't this done yet? So that's all. Stay off tilt, people. Game on, gamers. Rock it.